Hello and welcome to the Missouri Association for College Admission Counseling Virtual College Fair. Thank you for joining us this evening. A few quick housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists can't see or hear you. This presentation is being recorded. It'll be available within about a week at strivescan.com/Missouri. I've gotten all that fun housekeeping stuff out of the way, so let me get out of the way and turn it over to our first presentation from the representative from Spring Hill College.
Hi, everyone. Okay, so let me share my screen. So welcome to Spring Hill. So if you are not familiar with Spring Hill College, we are located in Mobile, Alabama. We are right on the Gulf Coast. So what we're going to start with first is just talking about how Spring Hill is now more accessible and more affordable. So starting this fall, we actually cut our tuition to $21,100. So we cut our tuition 50%, and that's before your merit-based scholarship or anything that you would get from the FAFSA. So I graduated in 2018, and these students are paying less than I am. If you can't tell, I'm a little jealous. So we are a Jesuit school. We're one of 27 of the Jesuit schools. We are the third oldest. We were founded in 1830. And that big thumb pin in the bottom, that is ours. So we are one of two of the Jesuit schools that are considered Southern schools with Loyola New Orleans. So these are just some of my favorite photos. Like I said, I am an alumna myself, but I loved downtown Mobile. It's really vibrant. It's really beautiful. This picture, is real. That's really how our buildings look. It's awesome. Also, Mardi Gras originated in Mobile. So our students get a week off on top of that spring break as well, and Easter break with us being a Catholic school. We also hold the Reese's Senior Bowl. So if you're a big football fan, that those prospective NFL players' future, hopefully, will be in Mobile in February. And then if you are familiar with Lollapalooza in Chicago, I'm born and raised in Chicago, Hangout Fest is less expensive, and our students actually get to go and volunteer if they would like to and get paid to work and watch it. We are about an hour and a half away from 5 different sandy beaches, and I know that that was a big deciding factor for myself when I was looking at Spring Hill. So some quick facts about us. We're from 31 states and 30 countries. About 56% of our students are out of state. Like I said, I am from Chicago myself. We're a smaller school. We're about 1,500 students, and that is with grad school and undergraduate. 91% of our faculty hold the highest degree possible. We have a 13-to-1 student to faculty ratio, a 17-to-1 student to classroom ratio, and 70% of our students live on campus. We are a residential campus. So if you want to live on campus all 4 years, you can. It's awesome. And you never have to live in the same residence hall twice. So we have more than 47 majors and areas of concentration to choose from. I'll just bring up a few. We have marine biology and marine science because we're by the water. I was an education major. We have the #1 nursing program in the state of Alabama. We have a 3+1 business program where in 4 years you get your undergraduate and your MBA in supply chain management. We also have cybersecurity and sports management. Those are our 2 new degrees from this past year. These are some of the places that we have internships and employment. This is an old graphic, but I think it's really cool because you can see Pfizer and Johnson & Johnson, which I think is very important these days. Something that's awesome too is that we were ranked for top 10 colleges and universities for return on investment, ROI, which means that once you graduate, the money that you did invest into college, you will quickly get it back from us quicker than other schools. We're up there with Stanford, Princeton, Harvard, and it was a really big recognition. So we do have Greek life. About 30 to 35% of our students are Greek. We have 7 sororities, 4 fraternities. We do have some of the Divine Nine as well. We're very into school spirit. And as you can see, our students were able to live on campus and go to classes. And we had about 85 to 90% of our classes in person. We wear masks on campus and we're very, very safe while still having fun. We have service opportunities as well in Central America and actually in North America. And we have the Foley Center, which is a service center that we have where you can work all 4 years while you're at Spring Hill. I did it. I worked about 5 to 6 hours every week while I was there, and it was an amazing experience. Also, we have a center in Bologna, Italy. Cool thing is that these photos are actually from my semester, and I didn't even do that on purpose. So your merit-based scholarship, your financial aid, everything travels with you. So the only thing that you have to pay for is what you do on the weekends. Bologna, Italy is centrally located and it is a college town. So Johns Hopkins has a campus there as well as the University of Bologna. So you live with Italian speakers. It is amazing. You also get to travel a ton with your group or you get to travel on your own. We are NCAA Division II. We have every sport except for football, but we have rugby and we're nationally ranked, and swimming. We also have an 18-hole golf course and disc golf course. And if you could see those 3 buildings on the end that look the same, that's where you live your senior year. So you get to just wake up at hole 14 of the golf course. It's unbelievable to watch the sunrise like that. So when it is time to apply, there are 2 ways that you can. We are traditional and test optional. We've been test optional for about 2.5 years now, so it has nothing to do with the pandemic, but we are going to continue afterwards. So if you are interested, for both of them, we need your official transcript, a letter of recommendation, and a personal statement or your essay, whichever one you prefer. But for test optional, we do need a strong essay and a resume. And we are a rolling admission school. So within about 10 days after you apply, you'll find out about our decision, which is awesome. This is my information if you want to reach out. Like I said, I am an alumna of the school, so I do know a lot about the school. Started some clubs and organizations myself because it is a small school and it's possible to do it on your own. And we are open for visits. We have 2 visits a day and occasional Saturdays. So please write down my information. Ask me anything in the chat. Ask us all anything. Honestly, we want to hear from you. Thank you so much.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Ask any question you'd like in the Q&A for any of our representatives. And if it's for a specific school, just name the school in your question. And that way they'll know it's for them. Up next, we'll hear from the representative from Franklin and Marshall College.
Awesome. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Let me just share my PowerPoint. Oh, perfect. Whoops. Awesome. Well, good evening. My name is Caitlin Oliver. I'm one of the Senior Assistant Directors of Admission at Franklin and Marshall College, which is a small liberal arts school located in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. F&M was founded in 1787 during the pre-revolutionary period. And during this time, our students really thrived off of the idea of forward thinking, reimagination, and reinvention. That's really how we thrive on our campus in promoting the liberal arts. Our student body has about 2,400 students, and our students come from all over the world. They're represented from different countries, different backgrounds, where 25% of our students are domestic students of color, 22% of our students are international, 20% of them are first generation, and 20% of them are Pell eligible. I'm going to briefly walk you through sort of the 4 things that I feel make us unique as a small liberal arts college. And the first one is that we have a new standard of academic excellence. In an average class size of 17 students and a 9-to-1 student to faculty ratio, your classes are going to be very small and very intimate, where you're able to engage in discussion. And as you can see, 80% of our classes are discussion-based. We believe that having in-depth conversations in the classroom allows for students to expand and build and create that forward-thinking mindset, which is where the learning really begins. And at F&M, we have connections courses, which are like your first year seminar, which are very interdisciplinary in nature and teach students what it means to be a liberal arts student. That they range from different topics and concepts, and allows you to really have autonomy in your academic experience in terms of that interdisciplinary curriculum. The next point is that we personalize education. We have 62 major fields of study that our students can major in, double major, joint major, do a minor, and you really do have full autonomy in that experience. Of course, you will have an advisor who will work with you to make sure that you're fulfilling core curriculum, on track for graduation, and really pushing you and challenging you for success. But know that that experience is yours. A big component of the academic experience is research, and 65% of our students conduct research while they're on campus. Because we are only undergraduate, those research opportunities can begin as young as your first year on campus, which is amazing and allows students to really have hands-on experience to build and grow their resume as they're on campus. Another way to personalize your experience is through studying abroad, and at F&M we have over 200 programs in 60 countries, and about 55% of our students study off campus. We feel that this is a great opportunity for students to travel and go abroad and immerse themselves in different cultures, and those programs can be as academic or as sort of mission driven as you want it to be. But also know that Lancaster is an amazing city where we're located, and that our students are very involved in the community, whether it be doing community service, supporting the local shops, and volunteering at nonprofits, and just getting involved. And I always tell students that you are not just coming to F&M, but you're coming to be a part of Lancaster. And our community is a big deal, and that's why we stand with each other. And that the F&Emily is truly there, and how we promote that is through our college houses, which is where you'll live in their living and learning communities, where students will be divided in their first year. And the sort of learning aspect is that you get placed into your college house based on your first year connections course, and you'll have that connections course in your college house. And then the living side is that they're all student run and governed and have their own form of government that students will serve on and put on programming. We also have over 100 clubs and organizations ranging from multicultural, religious affiliated, club and intramural sports, Greek life, community service-based clubs, and on average, our students are involved in 3 to 5 extracurricular activities on top of their academics. So our students are involved, they're engaged, they want to make change on campus. And that leads into the last point, in that we succeed together. And on our campus, we have an Office of Student and Postgraduate Development, which is a mouthful. Our students have shortened that to OSPGOD. And OSPGOD is the place where you have that career and professional development to help launch you into that next step after graduation. 98% of the class of 2019 had a job or pursuing higher education at least 6 months after graduation. So our students are very successful, and OSPGOD really helps our students articulate the value of their education in whatever career and field that they go into. And then at F&M, we have a holistic review process. We are on the Common App and the Coalition app. We're test optional. We take the SAT and the ACT. We super score both of those exams, but as I said, we are test optional. We have been test optional for over a decade. And the interviews are recommended. They aren't required for admission, but we do offer them. And we have 2 rounds of early decision. And then of course we have regular decision. At F&M, we take everything into consideration when making a decision. It's just your application, your transcript, your recommendations, and your personal statement. And that is all. My contact information is on this slide if you do have any questions. In terms of financial aid, we are a need-based school, and we plan to meet 100% of institutional demonstrated need for all 4 years. And we're on the FAFSA and the CSS profile. We are currently open for visits, so please feel free to visit our website. We also have information sessions that students can sign up for, so please be in touch. And I'd be happy to answer any questions in the chat or during the Q&A. And thank you.
Thank you very much. And Caitlin mentioned the Q&A, so I will mention the Q&A, that you can ask questions at any time. Just go ahead and type your question in if you have one. Up next, we'll hear from the representative from IE University.
Hey everyone, super excited to be connected with you today. My name is Micah Trobman, and I am going to talk to you about IE University. It's a little bit further away. It is located in Spain. I'm also an alum from the school, so I'm happy to always connect after, talk to you about my experience of moving abroad and studying. It's absolutely amazing. I highly, highly recommend it. There's quite a couple unique things about the school. One, we have 2 campuses in Spain. They're only about 30 minutes apart. Our first campus is in the town or the village in rural Segovia. It's a little bit higher up in the mountains. It's got a lot of medieval castles. It's super romantic. It's known for its Roman aqueducts. The campus was built in 1218, and it's also a World UNESCO site, which means it's protected by the United Nations. So anyone looking to study international relations, this is a really good school because you get a lot of hands-on research projects and experience with them. And then our other campus is located in the capital of Spain, which is Madrid. We are building a new campus that's going to be open in September of 2021 this year. So super excited about that. It's going to be the 3rd largest or tallest, building or campus, and then the first and only high-rise university in all of Europe. If anybody has never been to Spain before, it's the 2nd most visited country in the world. They speak multiple languages, so going there without knowing any Spanish, which is something that I did, is totally doable. It's a warm culture, and it's known for its vibrant nightlife. So if you're someone that is interested or has a passion for travel, learning about cultures, possibly want to learn another language, this would be a great school to look into. So a little bit more about us. We are a nonprofit private university. We are highly ranked globally. And we're also the world's most international diverse university. So over 75% of our students are coming from all over the globe. We've got over 140 nationalities, over 45 languages spoken on campus, but everything is taught in English. We are known for entrepreneurship. So about, depending each graduation class, 8 to 15% of our students graduate with their own companies. We're also known for our practical teaching methodologies. We do simulation learning. We've incorporated AI and virtual reality inside all of our classrooms. We're known for technology, innovation, sustainability, and humanities. That's a mouthful. I mentioned that we're highly ranked. We're #1 in Spain, 7th in Europe, and 18th worldwide. Where our students go after graduation, almost half of them get a job in a different country outside of their country of origin, and 95% of them have reported that they have a job within 6 months. What's really unique about IE is I mentioned our teaching methodology, so it's really learning what you can do with your degree. We've got thousands of partnerships with different companies all over the world. So these are going to be our degrees that we offer. We offer 4-year single degrees and 5-year dual degrees, which means you'll be graduating with 2 degrees. But the idea really is to build your own path and figure out like what you want to do professionally. So we incorporate a lot of professional development from year 1 when you start at IE. The first and second year students are actually can take part in IEU labs, which are on-campus internships with many, many different companies. And you can kind of focus on an area. So maybe you're interested in marketing 1 year, maybe you're interested in a startup, or maybe you're interested in sustainability. But the idea is to give you that experience and start building your resume. So here's just a couple examples of the labs that you can do. Some other ways that we offer some more professional development are through advanced seminars. So that could also hyper focus on professional development, whether that's with technology, innovation, mental health, and a bunch of other things. And then we do offer an honors program. These are offered for the top 5% of our students, and they actually get to have networking lunches with C-suite or CEOs of multiple companies. Of course, you can do an international exchange, so essentially studying abroad while you're studying abroad, or you can do a paid internship and still get college credits for it. So we've got over 160 partnered universities. You can always come back to the US, go to USC, go to Brown, but pay IE prices, which is a huge deal. Or you can even venture off a little bit further if that's something that you want to do. I did mention that you can do a paid internship as well. So really it's a degree that's customizable by you. So it just really depends on you know, what your path is. We've got tons of things on campus life. We've got over 125 clubs, and then just this year alone, we've had over 1,500 events. Our students are on campus in person, and we do have liquid learning, which is a form of virtual learning. There's a small snapshot of some of the clubs. But again, the diversity is going to be quite amazing. People are going to bring a lot of their own traditions, their cultures, different things, foods to the campus, which is absolutely stunning. There's 2 ways you can apply to IE. Of course, we're on Common App, and then also our IE website. We typically take the SAT and ACT, but we've always offered our own admissions test in replacement of that if you didn't want to take those standardized tests. Our IE admissions test, you don't have to study for it. It's done virtually on your computer. It takes about an hour, and it helps us be a little bit more inclusive, promote diverse thinking, and it just measures how you learn, and we like that. We are known for technology, so we do have an online assessment option. It's just 3 questions. It's a link that's sent to you. It takes about 20 minutes. And then we have a mandatory personal interview. I could potentially be the person that's interviewing you. It's probably one of my favorite parts of the interview process. And then this whole thing, usually once you interview, it will take about 2 weeks to hear back. We do offer financial aid to every single student. We do not charge international student fees. So regardless if you're coming from Spain or the US or Canada, Singapore, wherever, you can apply up to 3 different scholarships. We offer scholarships even starting for 11th grade students, and then extra scholarships for 12th grade students. Of course, we have thing, but I'm going to be running out of time, so I'll throw my stuff in the chats, and I look forward to staying in touch. Thanks again.
Excellent. Thank you very much. And the Q&A is where you can ask questions of the representatives, and representatives might be sending you things into the chat. So as was mentioned, so take a look at that for contact info, links, that sort of thing. Up next, we will hear from the representative from Lake Forest College.
Hello, everyone. I'm Karina Henderson. I'm glad that you all are here today to learn more about Lake Forest. I'm the admissions counselor that works with all students from Missouri. And then I also have my coworker, Emily Grimm, who will be helping with the presentation and then answering any questions.
Thanks, Karina. So kind of to start us off very quickly this evening, just a quick at a glance as to who we are as an institution. So we are a small private liberal arts institution located in Lake Forest, Illinois. We are about 30 miles north of the city of Chicago, about an hour or so train ride if you're savvy with the Metro. And we're, again, being that small school, our entire student population of sole undergrad students is about 1,585. We have a very diverse population that we're very, very proud of that represents 43 states and 96 countries around the world. Our incoming class this year actually almost has representation from almost every single state, which is pretty cool too. So as you can see, 47% of our students are from outside of the state of Illinois. So again, bringing a lot of different diverse perspectives here. Karina is going to talk a little bit about our focus on careers, but we have a very strong emphasis on that pragmatic approach to the liberal arts. And what that ultimately results in is helping you to find your career, helping you to find your passion, and ultimately finding a job or placement in graduate school afterwards. So last year alone, 98% of our students were employed or in graduate school within 6 months of graduation. And we'll talk a little bit more about scholarships here in just a second. This is our most recent scholarship grid. We offer up to $30,000 in merit-based scholarships, and these are awarded upon admission to the college. We reimagined our scholarship grid this year, knowing that a number of students may not be able to take an ACT or an SAT, and being a test optional institution, we wanted to make it as equitable as possible for our students to receive the best scholarship that they can. So as you can see with this grid, there are statements. You're going to see the GPA, you're going to see your test scores, and you're going to look at which one is the highest. So maybe your GPA is at a 4.0, but your ACT is at a 29. We're going to award you that $30,000 scholarship because your GPA is putting you into that higher bracket. And you could also see the $2,000 difference too. We'll talk about visits in a second, but we do offer a visit grant that's worth $2,000 per year for 4 years just by coming and visiting us in person.
Thank you, Emily. So I'll talk a little bit about what makes Lake Forest unique. As Emily said, the pragmatic liberal arts education that we provide our students is something that we're exceptionally proud of. When you think about the liberal arts, the main focus is that you're able to take classes outside of your major. You know, you can have multiple majors, you can have multiple minors, but then you can just take classes simply because it's fun and you found it interesting. And so the first year that you're at Lake Forest really is that opportunity to explore, and you don't have to declare your major until the end of your sophomore year. And so in order to make that emphasis on the pragmatic liberal arts and to tie that into the career preparation that we provide our students, we focus heavily on the Career Advancement Center on our campus and the support that they can provide our students through academic internships, academic research, study abroad options, because we have over 200 study abroad programs that students can participate in. And so there are a lot of opportunities for students to develop themselves professionally. And students are also able to integrate those internship opportunities into their curriculum. So you can take up to 3 internships that count as credit needed in order to graduate. A lot of that can take place in the city of Chicago as well. A lot of liberal arts colleges aren't near big cities, so we really are lucky in the sense that we are very close to Chicago and take advantage of everything Chicago has to offer. Plus, it's a really fun city to be in. And then, as Emily said, we have students from all over the world. And so diversity, equity, and inclusion is really important on our campus to make sure that we have a diverse student population that is supported in diverse ways. Everything from supporting your social success at Lake Forest, your academic success, your mental health, your physical health. There's always going to be a department or a person on campus that can support you.
And obviously, as we're reimagining, what the future is going to look like, and so we're always looking for ways that we can continue to offer unique and diverse experiences for our students, help to provide the best support that we can, and also provide some new opportunities for students to pursue what they're interested in and what may be relevant to future careers in whatever industry they may be considering. So as of right now, we have a few things that are very exciting and happening on campus. And so we are currently expanding and renovating our largest academic building, which is Brown Hall. That is set to be done this fall. And we are going to be moving our Career Advancement Center as well as a number of our academic programs into that building. We're very excited to see how this turns out. And I know personally, I can't wait to be in the new building once it's completed. We're also very excited to welcome varsity lacrosse for men and women in the fall 2021 semester. So we are offering this as an opportunity for students to pursue their interests beyond just club sports, as well as we have our new health professions program, which is a partnership with one of the local graduate health professions institutions in the area.
There are a lot of different ways that you can get connected with Lake Forest. You can schedule a virtual visit where you could connect with an admissions counselor, most likely me, to talk about Lake Forest. You can also schedule an in-person tour where everyone will wear masks and practice social distancing. And then if you don't feel like coming onto campus right now, you can do a virtual tour of campus on our website.
Thank you very much. And I'll remind everyone about the Q&A. Ask questions using that. Name the school if it's for a specific institution. Up next, we'll hear from Northland College.
Hi, y'all. I'm Tori, and I am an admissions counselor at Northland College, as well as a Northland alumni. Let's get into it. So Northland was founded in 1892. It's a community of about 600 students from all across the country and a couple of different countries around the world. Oop, there we go. We're located in the Chequamegon Bay area of northern Wisconsin, about an hour from Duluth, and about 40 minutes from the Apostle Islands National Lakeshore. And we're right at the top of that orange arrow there. Northland's main campus is just about 100 acres in size, but our borders are really just the beginning. We're located between the city of Ashland, which is a population of about 8,200, and about 1 million acres of national forest. The city itself is vibrant with historic buildings, cozy restaurants, local crafts and antique shops, a co-op, a movie theater, walking and biking trails, a little skate park, and of course the harbor. And the city has a delightful character that's been shaped by over 100 years of extraordinary history. We're also a part of a proud tradition of liberal arts colleges, but we've got a little bit of a twist. We focus a lot on sustainability and social justice, and this building here is Wheeler Hall, which is my favorite building on campus. It was the first to be built back in 1892. Today it houses our humanities programs and courses, and each graduating class has their number carved into the base of this building. It's a ton of fun. Speaking of programs, ours span arts and sciences with notable Northland specific programs like natural resources, outdoor education, sustainable community development, and more, with some new minors in sustainable agriculture, sports management, and climate change studies as well. We're also NCAA Division III for athletics, with 14 different varsity sports and about 38% of our student body participating. We've got everything from lacrosse to soccer to cross country, so much more. And I don't know about y'all, but I'm really looking forward to getting to be back in the stands hopefully soon to support the games. And Northland's commitment to the environment and environmental education has been noticed around the country by some notable organizations. We were recognized as Cool School by Salieri Magazine in 2020. We joined the Real Food Movement. We're an Eco League member. We divested from fossil fuels back in 2017, and we are Wisconsin's first bee campus. Another defining characteristic of Northland is our strong sense of community, with tons of different clubs and organizations, 3 different student publications, a gear rental outpost, which just got paddleboards in recently. So plenty of different events that happen throughout the year. It's a great place to make friends and get a wonderful education at the same time. It's also the sort of place where when you're walking down these sidewalks, people will just say hi to you, even if you've never met them. Our location also really underwrites everything that we do. Central to our sense of place is Lake Superior, just 10 blocks off campus. Lake Superior is the largest freshwater lake in the world by surface area, 350 miles long. It's almost the size of North Carolina. It's even so vast that it creates its own weather patterns. Over the course of almost 130 years, Northland has developed a style of education that really thrives in this area, most notably by providing experiential learning in abundance, whether it's out in the field, in the lab, or in the community. For example, our biology and natural resource majors spend countless hours out in the field. Professor Michelle Small said it best when she said, "I love that Northland College is a place where you can know your students by their names, where you can do your job in depth, giving 100%, expecting the same in return, and reaping the rewards as you see real progress and growth in your students' development." She's been teaching here at Northland for about 47 years, and she still holds that same opinion. Let's talk applications. It's free to apply at Northland, and letters of recommendation are not required, nor are essays, so it's pretty easy and quick to get through. We're also test optional this year, of course, so if you haven't been able to take the ACT or SAT, that's totally okay. You don't have to submit scores. And review takes about 2 weeks for us at Northland. We also do take the Common App, but our application on our website is a little bit better, a little bit easier. Let's talk scholarships and aid as well. So the total cost of attendance for Northland next year is about $49,000, but nobody pays that much. Our academic scholarships start at $19,000 per year, and those are awarded at the same time as your admission decision, so you'll know right away what your scholarship is. There is also no extra fee for out-of-state students, and there are other merit-based scholarships available through Northland. Be sure to send us your FAFSA so you can qualify for other things like work study and federal grants and loans. And in conclusion, be sure to check out our social medias to see more of what students are up to right now. My favorite term, which is May term, a 1-month consolidated term, just during the month of May, is right around the corner. And that's when we do more of our experiential classes like field ornithology, pens and paddles up in the boundary waters, and the circumnavigation of the lake for the first year students. So there's a ton going on right around the corner. So be sure to check it out, and please feel free to reach out with questions anytime, and I will pass it back to Russ. Thanks so much for joining.
Thank you very much. And now we'll hear from Salve Regina University.
All right. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us this evening. I'm just setting up my presentation. Salve Regina University, learn, lead, make a difference. A little bit of background on us, just in case you weren't too familiar with who we are. We are a small private Catholic liberal arts university located in Newport, Rhode Island. We are a Sisters of Mercy school, meaning we were founded by the Sisters of Mercy in the 1940s. We adhere to the Mercy mission of seeking wisdom and promoting universal justice. And we really try to work towards producing graduates that are going to work toward a world that is more merciful, harmonious, and just for everybody. There are 5 critical concerns of mercy, and each year we focus on one of them. And this year we are focusing on racism. And a little bit more about us at Salve. We are a small school, so we have about 2,100 undergraduate students. 85% of our students do come out of state. We are located here in Newport, Rhode Island. There's a map right in the middle of your screen, so you can kind of see where we are. We are here in the biggest little state in the Union, Rhode Island. And our campus does overlook Narragansett Bay and the Atlantic Ocean. The picture on the right-hand side is actually a picture of our campus. We're blessed to be, our campus is blessed to be made up of 7 historic mansions and estates for the Gilded Age. So we have some really cool classroom spaces and residence halls for our students. Having started as a nursing, education, social work school of the helping professions back in the 1940s, we currently have about 50 different academic programs today. While nursing is still our most popular and most competitive program, we have other pre-professional programs like education, engineering, pharmacy, excuse me, but your traditional liberal arts programs as well. So history, psychology, political science, and a very robust business program as well. Excuse me, the beauty of the liberal arts education, especially the education here at Salve, is you can really dabble in a variety of different things that you're interested in. So you can be a theater major and you can be an accounting major. You could study psychology and have a minor in sports. So there really is that flexibility to kind of put your hands in a variety of different things, whether you want to double major, pick up a minor, pick up 2 minors, or anything like that. And this picture right here is a picture of Oprah Court, excuse me, which is our main admissions office, but also classrooms this year because of COVID. A couple of the opportunities that are available here at Salve, we put a really strong focus on what we term experiential learning. So you'll see one of our students in our biology and chemistry labs here. On the right-hand side, you'll see, excuse me, you'll see some of our students in our cultural and historic preservation program doing an archaeological dig, which is actually really cool. And you can also see our performing arts at the bottom. We have a really robust performing arts program here at Salve as well. But maybe, you're really interested in athletics, you're really interested in extracurriculars, things to do. We have over 80 different clubs and organizations that you can be a part of. We do have 20 varsity sports, Division III. So if you wanted to, play at the varsity collegiate level, you can absolutely do that. We do have 2 non-division co-ed sports in sailing and equestrian, and we have really great teams for both of those. But no matter what you're interested in doing at Salve, doing in college, you're going to have those opportunities here in Newport, whether that's athletics, whether that is studying abroad, engaging in service, listening to guest speakers coming to campus, having musicians come to campus, we have a carnival come, food trucks, there's always something happening on our campus or in the Newport community. And you can definitely go to discovernewport.org to learn a little bit more about just the area that we're in and the really culturally and historically rich city of Newport, Rhode Island. The picture here is a view of Narragansett Bay and the Newport Bridge. I drove over this morning and the bay was as smooth as a pane of glass. It was gorgeous. But talking a little bit about our application requirements here at Salve, we are a common application school. So commonapp.org, you can find us there. We do require a couple things in addition to that. So your high school transcript, you definitely want to see the grades that you've earned. We also do require 2 letters of recommendation, one from a counselor and one from a teacher. And we are test optional as well, so you are not required to submit your test scores. On the right-hand side, I just threw up some kind of statistics and demographics for you there, just to kind of place yourself. Generally, the middle 50% of our students have, our accepted students have between 3.2 and 3.8 GPA. It's a little bit higher for our nursing program because it is a little bit more competitive. When talking about application deadlines and the timeline, we have 3 separate application deadlines. The first one is November 1st. This is our early action and our early decision deadline. Also the deadline for all nursing students. Our second admissions deadline is right after the new year on January 5th, and that is our early action 2. And then we round out our application season with the regular decision deadline on February 1st. And I always like to just mention the March 1st priority deadline for the FAFSA. A little bit about scholarships and financial aid. We do have need-based and merit-based financial aid for our students. 99% of students receive at least one form of financial aid. Our merit scholarships range from $10,000 to $25,000 per year and are renewable for all 4 years that you're here. And below you can see a breakdown of the tuition and the room and board as well. Just concluding with a couple ways to stay connected. You can join us for some in-person campus tours. We're doing a lot of virtual things as well, and all of this can be found right at salve.edu/visits. And I'm just going to throw my contact information up here for you all. And I'm also going to post this for you right in the chat. But thank you so much for joining tonight and for listening and learning a little bit more about Salve.
Thank you very much. I'm going to ask each of our representatives to come back on camera, turn on their microphones. We'll do a quick round robin Q&A where I get to play talk show host, and we'll have you answer in the same order that you presented. And we will start with Spring Hill College. And the question is simply, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process right now? That one piece of advice. Again, we'll start with Spring Hill College.
My one piece of advice that I like to give students is to truly get to know your admissions counselors, because we were in your shoes. We are not, even though you think we are not salespeople. Like, our pitch is not, we're trying to help you. So I know, at least for myself and for other people that I've worked with, we're here to help not only with our school, but with other schools, and just, to figure out what truly is going to benefit you in the long run. This is your life. You control it, but we're here to help. So talk to us, please.
Franklin and Marshall College.
Awesome. My piece of advice is to be true to yourself in the process in all facets, from what you write your essay about to the schools that you're applying to, and then essentially where you make your decision. Because remember, you were the one who's going to spend the 4 years there. So it's important that you're true to yourself and listen to yourself throughout the entire process.
IE University.
I love that, Caitlin. I would say the biggest piece of advice is to look maybe a little bit outside of your comfort zone as well. Know who you are, know what you want, write down a list of what you would picture if you're up in the mountains, if you like snow, if you don't like snow. But look at a couple schools outside of the US, because it's not common knowledge, but they're more affordable. There are scholarships for Americans, and, potentially it could, make you a bit more of a global citizen, considering how globalized we all are. COVID is a good indicator of how connected we all are. So I would recommend doing that.
Lake Forest College.
My piece of advice would be to take advantage of all the resources that your admissions counselors can provide you. So, like, doing events like this, getting to know current students. If your admissions counselor can get you connected with professors or other staff members, it's nice to hear perspectives beyond just what we have to say. And, I'll definitely echo that feeling that we are here to support you, but take advantage of those resources that we can provide you along the way.
Northland College.
Yeah, don't be afraid to ask questions. We're really here, like others have said, to help you make the right decision for you. And yeah, definitely don't be afraid of us. We want to help you, so ask us your questions.
And Salve Regina University.
Yes, I echo what everyone has said, and I will take a piece of advice I'm going to steal it from Carrie at the University of Pittsburgh, and it's really practical. Make a separate email account for all this college stuff. You will thank yourself later.
Okay, I think we have time for one more question, and it will be, we'll have you go in the same order because it should be fairly quick, and it's, what's your favorite event or tradition on campus? Again, we'll start with Spring Hill College.
I love this question. We have a fake wedding on campus. So every semester we have 2 students get married on our golf course, and happens at the sunset. Everybody gets dressed up in an outfit that looks like a fake wedding, and then we all pitch in. We Venmo money to the bride for her wedding gown, and it is, I don't know, it's crazy.
Franklin and Marshall College.
Mine's not that fun, but I do love food and anything with food. So I would say my favorite tradition was Flapjack Fest, which is the night before the first night of finals. The dining hall is openly, and pancakes and breakfast is served by faculty and administration. So really just showing their support as you are up studying for finals.
IE University.
That's cute. I would probably say we have a tradition called Global Village. It's a day that we celebrate diversity. And it's essentially like walking around campus, but being able to travel all over the world. Everybody cooks the food that might be native to their country, traditional dress wear, music, there's dancing. It's a party, it's a blast, and it's just a ton of fun.
Lake Forest College.
It's so funny. I was going to mention Global Fest, which is basically Lake Forest equivalent of that. But I'll also give a different example. We have the Literary Festival in Lake Forest, and it's hosted by the English department at Lake Forest with the neighborhood of Lake Forest. And so there's like plays in the park, and there's like a giant like book sale with a local book store, and just like lots of authors and poets will come to campus and do reading. So the Literary Festival is fun.
Northland College.
My favorite is at the beginning of the year, every year we do what we call the Everybody Party. And so there are two big bridges that go across the ravine on campus. And so they welcome first year students and transfers up with a huge Irish drum. It's like a whole thing. They do live music and food on campus. And then when you graduate, you go back across the other bridge. It's a whole corny thing. Love it so much.
And Salve Regina University.
Yeah, we love our Salve Days of Giving, where our president will go around to classrooms and give gifts to students, little goodie bags and things like that. And so that's only been going for 2 or 3 years now, but students really look forward to that and the joy that our president brings them when it happens.
Well, thank you all for sharing your favorite campus events and also sharing the advice and sharing all the information about your schools. I want to thank all of our attendees for joining us, either live or for the on-demand recording. When you close this window, there'll be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback you can provide. And in about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording as well as all of the other session recordings at strivescan.com/Missouri. Once again, thank you to all of our presenters, representatives from each of our schools. Have a great rest of your Thursday. Take care.